we back. And we back, and we back, and we back, and we back, and we back. And we back, and we back.
What's going on, everybody? CW Entertainment here, and we're back today with another episode of MLB The Show 18. We're back on the Chicago Cubs series. I apologize for the last few weeks. I know there hasn't been nothing going on with my channel, and but we're back on it. Just kind of been caught up busy with work and stuff, so that kind of set me back here going on during the summer. Someone gotta figure out a way to balance a little bit better, because this happened a few times over the over the course of the last couple of years, where it's just been there's just a drought of videos, especially when it happens with the MLB series as Quintana gets that nice strikeout. But yeah, hopefully I can get things rolling underway a little bit more. Yeah, like I said, just gonna try to see if we can post a little bit more consistently here during the summer. I can try to at least do a little bit of editing when I'm at work, so I can have some more videos to be able to go out. But yeah, this is the first one that's been a long time coming in a while, but there has been some things going on in real life with the Cubs. We got the All-Star game going on tonight, and then we just had the home run derby yesterday. Kyle Schwarber wanted to finish in second, wound up losing to Bryce Harper, even though that's, home favorite, all that. Bryce Harper, he knows the ballpark. Honestly, I don't think anybody's surprised that he wound up winning. But, hey, Schwarber gave it a good ride, man. He had 18 in the final round. It looks like he was just worn out from his previous at-bats. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't really watch it. I watched the final round highlights of it. You can just tell Schwarber was pretty dang tired. But, getting into it, I'm not gonna probably commentate too much over this game, just because there's been a lot of developing in what's been going on in the actual baseball world. And one of the main things is going on with the Cubs is you got the trade deadline coming up, and you got Manny Machado that's on the block, and you also potentially have Jacob deGrom that could also be winding up getting traded. Now, we don't know which one is going to be a possibility to actually get. More than likely, I think Machado is going to be the one who's likely on the move more than deGrom will be. The problem is, I don't know if the Cubs are the team that's going to be able to land either one of those, as Contreras smokes one right back up the middle. Looked like it hit the pitcher dead in the face. I'm not sure how he even got back up after that one. But yeah, but back to it. Yeah, deGrom and Machado both on the trade block potentially. And deGrom is the interesting one to me the most, because he's a 30-year-old pitcher, and most teams like to go young. Now, when it comes to the Cubs here in this, the Cubs really don't have anybody in their farm system for the Mets or the Orioles who are looking to possibly rebuild their teams. And most of the young guys the Cubs have are already in the majors. You got Addison Russell, you got Tony La Stella, you got Javi Baez, Ian Happ. You guys are already, these are guys that, I call him Tony La Stella. My bad, Tommy La Stella. But yeah, these guys are already in the majors, and most of these teams don't want to have guys that are in the majors right off the rip. They want to have them in the minor league system so they can develop them, so they're not using up all their service time before they're going into arbitration and all that. So I think the Cubs are kind of at a disadvantage, because they wanted to trading for Jose Quintana last year. Has it been the best trade in the world? We don't know yet. For the Cubs, it might work out. He's another arm. But you guys can see him as he is the guy that's actually pitching this game, ironically. So, it's definitely something that, that's going to have to be thought about between Theo and Jed. And one another thing is with deGrom, I don't know. Well, if you're the Cubs, you can go after him just because he's a 30-year-old pitcher. I don't know if the Mets are going to be willing to be giving him up just for a change. I think they're going to want to back a big haul. And if you're the Cubs, do you want to give up pieces of your core like that? Because Javi's definitely been a big-time player for the Cubs, especially this year. He was in the home run derby last night, too. I don't know how far he made it. Like I said, I didn't really look at it. But, yeah, these are key pieces, to the main core. They've been great defensive players. Also, another guy to mention, Addison Russell, will probably also be in that trade, too. To get deGrom, you're probably going to have to give up a lot of pieces, more than you would say for Machado, because Machado wants out, and the Orioles really don't have any leverage. The Orioles are just going to have to try to take the best bets. Now, there were reports coming out that, well, I don't know if it was a report necessarily or just an article that came out, but they had listed the Dodgers as probably the favorite right now to land Machado. And then I believe the Diamondbacks and the Phillies were also on that list. It may have been one more team. Don't remember exactly who it was. But I just know the Cubs weren't like in that top like 5 or whatever. But they said Dodgers are kind of the team to look at, and it's not surprising, especially since Corey Seager wound up tearing his Tommy. Well, I guess he tore what it. It's something I don't know what Tommy John injury exactly is. I guess it's something in the elbow that ends up tearing or breaking or whatever it might be. But yeah, I mean, for these two big market names, I don't see the Cubs really landing either one of them. Now you never know. I mean, the Cubs are willing to part ways with Javi or Addison Russell, Schwarber, one of those guys. Then hey, they just might do it. Just depends, because right now you definitely need another arm, especially what's going on with Darvish. Tyler Chatwood. He's not the worst pitcher in the world, but he gives up a lot of walks, and that can really tax your bullpen when he's walking a lot of guys. That's another thing. You got Brandon Morrow. He's freaking getting hurt and trying to pull up his pants and winds up injuring his back. So now you're possibly looking at maybe another closer. I mean, you got Pedro Strop and C.J. Edwards, but the thing is, the bullpen has been taxed a lot this season already for the Cubs, and that's not something you really want happening, especially this early in the season. And you're starting to actually see that with the Brewers too. Yeah, they're going to their bullpen a lot earlier, and you don't know if that's a team that ends up making a run to the playoffs. You don't know necessarily will they be able to make it, late in October when arms are already taxed throughout the season, and now you're having a year where, all our bullpen guys are, they're exhausted. They can't pitch long. So you need that extra starting pitching, and then I think that's where DeGrom does come into play, especially if Darvish and Hendricks has not been the same pitcher he has been in the past couple years. And really kind of got one pitcher on the Cubs, and that's been Lester. Lester's been a fantastic pitcher since he's gotten into Chicago. I mean, he was great when he was in Boston as well. Don't get me wrong, but Hendricks, you're hoping he snaps out of it this second half of the season. You just never know with pitchers. Sometimes you're gonna have an off year. I mean, that's every sport. It doesn't matter what you're in. But yeah, I mean, outside of that, you have one guy every fifth day that you're gonna guarantee, and he's more than likely gonna at least go out there and give you a chance to win it. The way Hendricks ERA in the first inning, I think that was said to be like around 8 or something. The Sox had Lucas Giolito hit something high crazy too. It's like a 10 ERA, and it's just been something that's just, I don't know, it just hasn't really worked too well for the Cubs this year. You don't expect that too often, but I mean, it is what it is. You got Anthony Rizzo. He's kind of been slumping for the majority part this year. He's struggling. I heard a stat earlier last week, and they were pretty much saying that Rizzo's batting like 211 or 212 when he's ahead in the count. That's not what you're expecting, especially out of one of your better batters as well. So it's definitely surprising as we got Bryce Harper up to bat here. Harper sends that one way out there to right field, going back as a right fielder, and it is gone. We're taking the lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Bryce Harper hitting a home run just like he did last night, winning it all in Washington for that home run derby. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting. This is definitely one of the weirder, I guess, kind of situations of this. Like, I guess you can say the Theo run, or Theo and Joe Madden kind of run that they've had, I guess, since 2015. But they're still leading the division. They got a 2.5 game lead over the Milwaukee Brewers. So that's kind of been flipping back and forth. They actually got 5-game lead in the loss column. The Cubs haven't played as many games as the Brewers have because of all the rainouts and all these weather delays and because there was a lot of weather delays here early in the season too. So that's kind of one reason why they kind of have.
Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished?
But yeah, then we got Addison Russell going deep here again. Addison Russell's second home run of the day. That one actually wound up getting out. I believe it got out of the stadium. It might have bounced out. I think it hit like the concourse and then wound up getting out. But yeah, Russell, man, this was one of his better days we've seen of him have. And okay, that one may have not got out. Not 100% positive. But yeah, that ended up doing it for the Rockies pitcher. But yeah, I mean, it's just, it's been a weird kind of Cubs season. But one of the bigger bright spots has been Schwarber. He's got his back going really well this year. He's definitely a bright spot on the team so far, And then he wound up going out last night. He was a runner-up, but, he's a power hitter. So, going up against one of the other better power batters in the entire league. And, he did well. He lost by like one. I believe it was 18-19. I mean, because the final home run, because the 30 seconds he gets added on. So definitely nothing to worry about with Schwarber. I mean, he's had a pretty solid year. Yeah, he's only batting like 250, but he's got an on-base percentage of 375. I mean, he's been slugging well. He's got 18 home runs on the year. So, you're expecting, I mean, that's what you expect out of Schwarber with a big bat. More kind of concern, I guess, would go more towards Bryant. He finally hit there when he came off, I believe he was on the DL. Wound up hitting a home run. I believe it was either his first or second game back, so he came back strong. You got to expect a better second half. We know Joe Madden's known for, his August, September, and October months, so you got to think this team's going to get back on track. As the second half of the season gets going, they'll play Thursday as well. So they're going to be one of the first few games that actually get going after the All-Star break. So now you guys just kind of sit back, enjoy the weekend or the All-Star game that's going on tonight. This video might not be up before the game actually. It's probably going to go up live during the game's going on. But you'll see the Cardinals Thursday for a 4-game set. Actually, it's a 5-game set because they got a double header with the Cardinals. Excuse me on that. So that's Saturday. Well, that's going to be a long day. That's going to be out of baseball. 5 games in 4 days. And you're coming off the All-Star break where Lester, Schwarber, Javier Baez, and Wilson Contreras also are all All-Stars that wanted to make it. So it's definitely going to have some guys that could be a little tired coming into the weekend. But we are going to wind up getting a win here. We wind up taking the victory 4-1. Quintana, he pitched a great game in this one. The bats came alive. Thank you, Addison Russell, for having a great game. You guys, I do want to say thank you all very much for watching the video. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you guys hit the like button, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button, and also share the video with others who you think might enjoy the series as well. I'm out till next time, everybody. I try to post a little bit more often. You guys know how we end these home games. Chicago, sing us out.